Tonight, Democrats celebrate America's promise and their hopes for the presidency, capping an extraordinary convention. Soon, Joe Biden accepts his party's nomination, laying out his vision for healing and uniting a nation in crisis. Welcome to CNN's coverage of the Democratic National Convention. I'm Anderson Cooper. Former Vice President Biden has been building toward this night over a lifetime of public service, and we're told he does not want to make it all about President Trump. Wolf, Biden is the closer on this final critical night of the convention.
Yes, he is, Anderson. This is the Democrats' best chance yet to explain to a nationwide audience who Joe Biden is. The headliner tonight, the NBA superstar Steph Curry. He and his wife Aisha just announced they're backing Biden. They will appear with their children to talk about Biden, the state of America, and keeping the faith. Biden's support for the U.S. military also a big focus tonight. Senator and wounded warrior Tammy Duckworth and other veterans will vouch for Biden's commitment to the troops and their families. We're covering the convention finale with our political team, including Jake Tapper, Dana Bash, and Abby Phillip. Jake, what more do we know about Biden's speech?
Well, if we're told that Vice President Biden will use his acceptance speech to attempt to look to the future to try to give Americans hope. A campaign advisor telling us that the former vice president understands the gravity of this moment, and he sees it, frankly, as bigger than President Trump. We're told that Biden will have sharp words about Mr. Trump, especially about his handling of the coronavirus pandemic and about America's place in the world currently. But overall, aides say that Biden will try to lay out a positive vision for the U.S. Now, we've heard some very forceful, even historic speeches throughout this convention. Tonight, Biden hopes to build on that, we're told, knowing, of course, of the enormity of this moment and the fact that this is the speech of his lifetime. And Dana, that's obviously a huge opportunity, also a momentous challenge.
It is, Jake. And, you know, Joe Biden has told me and others many times that the good news is that people know him and the bad news is that people know him. But that's not necessarily so. There is a lot that people do not know about Joe Biden. And tonight, we'll meet another one of the everyday Americans he is connected with, a 13-year-old boy. He and Biden bonded over their shared struggle with stuttering. The Biden campaign clearly believes that character trait draws a clear contrast with the president. And of course, the through line of this whole convention, Biden's commitment to family. And I've learned that it was very important to the former vice president to have his late son, Beau, included in his introduction tonight, along with his living children, Hunter and Ashley. So they found a creative way to do that. And Abby, the Democrats really have two big missions tonight. Sell voters on the Biden-Harris ticket, of course, but also make sure they go vote.
Yeah, Dana, this is not going to be your typical get out the vote effort. We'll hear a ramped up appeal for Democrats to go out and vote early. They want to ensure that their ballots are counted, and the party is hitting hard on its concern that President Trump is trying to suppress the vote. The top election officials for California and Michigan will speak tonight. Those are two of the states targeted by the president in his attacks on mail-in voting and his false claims on election fraud. This is a firestorm that's been building for weeks, but there is even more urgency now as the Democratic convention ends and the fall campaign begins. It is just 75 days away from Election Day, Anderson.